Thank you, Melissa. Let me bring in JoeBen Bevirt, who is the founder and CEO of Joby. You guys started in 2009. Today, you're becoming publicly traded here at the New York Stock Exchange. Your Joby aircraft, the eVTOL that you're developing, is in the background there. How important is it that you are now going to say to investors, look, you can have a piece of the future with us?
Well, that's exactly right. And it's just such an honor to be here with you today. We're so excited about the opportunity to give everyone the ability to share in this really exciting journey as we move to a zero emissions future.
You know, a lot of people, when I talked to them this morning, they're standing out here and they're looking at this and they say, when's that going to be flying? And I say 2024, and they go, I don't think so. What do you say to the skeptics who are doubting that you'll get it in service, certified by regulators by 2024?
So the Joby team is just incredible. We've been executing for more than a decade and just day in and day out proving that we can make electric propulsion a game changer in aviation. This aircraft is incredibly quiet, it has amazing range, and it's going to deliver a whole new mode of transportation to people in both cities like here in New York and around the world. And we're so grateful.
We've seen the technology. We've seen your test flights. And when I talk with people in the industry, nobody doubts the technology. Where they do have questions about Joby and the other eVTOLs being developed is whether regulators are ready for these in large numbers to be maneuvering around airspace in a city like New York. Are you confident that you can overcome that hesitancy that might be there?
Oh, without a doubt. So the amazing thing is the FAA has been laying the groundwork for this electric aviation revolution for more than a decade. We've been working with the FAA since 2018 on our formal type certification. We've just applied for our 135 operating certificate, and we're well underway on our production certificate. So as we look forward to the quarters ahead, we're focused on certifying our aircraft, the manufacturing of our aircraft, and the scaling of our service. And this financing today really helps us accelerate the manufacturing and the scaling of the service.
You and I were talking before this interview, and you said, look, we'd love this to be as ubiquitous as Uber is, where you can come out from a restaurant or a store and say, boy, I need to go here, I'm going to call a Joby. You know that there's going to be some limitations because of airspace, but you've got vertiports where you want to take off and land on the roofs of parking garages. In a city like New York, how many of those do you expect to be actually in the city that you will be using?
So the amazing thing about New York is that there's already amazing existing infrastructure, but because this aircraft is so quiet, and it's not just quiet in an absolute sense, but also in the quality of the noise, the character, we've released footage that shows just how markedly different it is in both the absolute noise and in the quality of the noise from traditional aircraft. That means we're going to be able to put skyports on the tops of buildings everywhere and make. You
expect them on the tops of buildings in New York City in multiple locations, correct?
Exactly, and as the service scales, the network becomes more and more valuable. So every additional skyport you add can access any of the existing skyports in the region.